Hey everyone, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to some more Geometry Dash. Today we're gonna be doing a video on how to get better at Geometry Dash. Throughout the video, I'll be giving you guys the best possible tips that I could recommend, and we'll be talking more about the game and what each obstacle does and more. So without further ado, let's hop right into the video. So the first thing that you want to do right before you hit the little wrench button on the right, you want to hit the button that is in the middle right here and start doing each official level. By passing each level, you'll learn the function of each object, and for the ongoing levels, you'll be more prepared. And you'll know what to do at certain parts. They will take some time to finish them off, but trust me, time spent on them will absolutely pay off. Now after you're done with the official levels, the next step of improving in the game is to change the options. Now when you already start up the game, most of the options are already turned on and some of them will make the game much harder to play. Now you want to turn some of them off, like the smooth fix. And also force smooth fix for mobile players so it doesn't give you guys the so-called speed cap which slows the game down. The next setting you might also want to turn off is vertical sync, which a lot of people say it causes screen tearing. So if that happens, just turn it off and you shouldn't experience screen tearing anymore. Then we get to the tab with more options, and here are some of my recommendations, like show restart button for example. So it appears when you pause the level and then you can reset anytime you want. We can also turn on this option called disable explosion shake, which basically disables the shake every time you die. Next one to also turn off is the shake effects, which might make the levels really annoying to play if the shake triggers are too overabused. We can turn on the show percentage option, which basically shows the percentages that you're on in a level, and that will be shown on the progress bar. You can also turn on fast practice reset, which makes you spawn faster by 0.5 seconds if you're a little too impatient with it respawning your icon at 1 second. Another option to turn on is the practice def effect, which basically keeps your def effect basic during practice mode, and irregardless of which def effect you pick from the icons tab, it will remain the same static one. Now to not make this part extremely long, I'll just show you guys my settings here. And most of them, I think you guys can tell, are turned on for optimization so the game can run better and levels to be much smoother. And that should be the settings tab. You guys can enable some other options here that would be your preferences and make your experience with the game much better. Now the next step for improving at Geometry Dash is to choose the icons that you'll be using to, of course, play the levels. This is a pretty straightforward one. There's not much to talk in this segment. Here you guys can choose the icons that you would like. There's plenty of them for each category. And the ones you guys pick will be the ones you'll be playing with. And of course, to not play with the basic ones. And that should do it. Now for the next part is to choose your refresh rate to play the game. Now this is also another pretty straightforward one. You can choose any refresh rate that you'd like. You can play on 60 Hz if that's your monitor's refresh rate, but if you also want to change that so you can play the game on higher refresh rates, you can easily change it using the FPS bypass from MegaCat V5, and you can change it to any refresh rate you want. But remember, if you set the FPS to be too high, you'll most likely experience some huge FPS drops at certain moments. So what you can do here is to downgrade your FPS a little bit, and your game will run much smoother. And now on to the next step. You are ready to go and play some online levels. You have learned the basics of the game, you learned what each object does. Now you are ready to see what other people are making, and remember to start off easy. You can play a bunch of levels in the awarded tab here, maybe as well in the Hall of Fame, maybe as well in the Hall of Fame section, to find some more interesting levels other than looking at some static classic ones. which are pretty boring and there might not be anything appealing to them, but by playing the latest levels and the ones that recently came out, you'll for sure find more interest in the game, not just for playing it, but you'll maybe make your own custom level at some point. Now on to the next step, you want to start playing a bunch of easy demons. Now this is where the fun begins. You can pick any easy demon that you'd like and start progressing in the game that way. You can beat a bunch of easy demons, have fun with the game, and don't rush on your projects. Now the ongoing step is a bit personal. It is to never make big jumps. And what I mean by that is, you have your hardest demon to be like a classic easy demon. Like, let's give an example. The lightning road, and you want to jump to things like bloodbath. You won't be able to make it, you would feel discouraged. Remember that you won't become the best player overnight, it will take time. That's for sure, but remember that you'll eventually beat it at some point by progressing in the game casually and not just spending thousands of attempts on a level you're not ready for yet. Now for the ongoing step, after you've cleared some easy demons to improve at the game, you need to start beating tougher levels. If you just keep beating easy demons, you know you might be good at easy demons, but you're not really improving in the game. Like how Eric said, once you think you have passed a decent chunk of easy demons, go for medium demons. There's many of them, so you guys can choose any medium demon that you'd like. Then after medium demons, start working on hard demons. And that way you're improving at the game and you're enjoying the game more. And for the next step, I think it was mentioned in every how to improve at Geometry Dash video. It is to practice a part of the level you're not really good at, which I think is pretty self-explanatory. The part you're not doing consistently, you want to practice it to the point where you can do it consistently. If you notice that you're doing it many times in a row, you're ready to go for the level from zero. Now the next step, which I would also say it was mentioned in every how to improve at Geometry Dash video, is to make yourself a challenge. It could be any type of challenge. It could be a cube challenge, ball challenge, UFO challenge, or just a challenge for any game mode. Now challenges are short and they last for under 30 seconds, and you can make a challenge for any game mode you like. Now for the next step, it's regarding to the playability of a certain level, and that is, if your device is lagging on a certain level, don't hesitate to play it on the ultra low detail mode. That way you'll gain more FPS and the levels will be much smoother to play. If you're playing the level with full detail and you know that the FPS won't stay consistent while playing the level, it's guaranteed that the level will take you much longer to complete. And for the last step, it's pretty similar to the 7th one, and that is to be realistic with yourself. And what I mean by that is, if you're playing the game just to be the best, you're just wasting your time, like how Aeon said. Have fun with the game, beat the levels that you enjoy. This way you're likely to play the game more instead of pushing your limits and play the levels more than you thought you will in terms of attempts. And from here, I guess it's time to end the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope these tips helped you guys out, and have an amazing rest of the day. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. So, see ya for now.